See, I feel like if we were to play every episode...
This call may be recorded for quality assurance. We have a special promotion today for select callers. If you are 25 years or older, press 1. If you are under 25, press 2.
I'm scared what this is. By the way, this is
if you are 25 years or older,
I heard
press
you.
1.
I heard
if
you.
you are under 25,
This is the phone number from the Tipton Hotel commercial. I'm under 20. Okay, what happens if I...
Thank you for your help with our survey.
I just totally... They asked me if I was over or under 25, and then they said, thank you for help. Thank you for your help with our survey, and then hung up.
Nice.
What did I just do?
Well, so now call as if you're 25.
Try again.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Did you tell them what this is?
This is the... So Nick and I were watching the Tipton commercial
quality assurance.
from Sweet Life.
We have a special promotion today for select callers. If you are 25 years or older, press 1. If you are under 25, press 2. Thank you for calling the Medical Alert Center. This is Jessica.
That is not the Tipton Hotel.
Well, they used a real phone number, clearly.
Thank you for calling the Medical Alert Center.
Oh, yikes.
Did you hear that?
Is that a Capri Sun?
It is a Capri Sun. I'm drinking a juice box.
Oh! No, that is not just a juice box. Please put some respect
So a
on
pouch.
Capri Sun's name. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even do that on purpose, but yeah. Oh my god. Do they still use Respect the pouch?
I don't think so.
They're bad.
It says underneath Capri Sun, it says all natural ingredients. That's not as catchy.
That is not as catchy, but you're having it looks like the strawberry kiwi one?
It is. Wow, you know your
Yes.
Capri Suns.
No, I really don't, because I wasn't allowed to have them as a kid. And
Why?
Not that I wasn't allowed to have them. My mom didn't buy them. I had like Juicy Juice, and
Oh.
still hurts. It still hurts.
That's who advertised Juicy Juice? Was that PBS? I think PBS did.
Maybe. No, I feel like that was oh no, I know. That was Honest Kids, I think. No, that's new. Honest Kids is
Honest
new.
Kids is new. Yeah.
And they're not bad, I have to say. They're very watered down.
I haven't seen those around as much lately.
Maybe
but
they
I'm also
died.
haven't really been in the market for juice boxes, but
Yeah. I was limited to one juice box a day in Florida, one Capri Sun a day, because I had a problem.
who limited you? Elizabeth
And Rachel.
and Rachel?
Yeah,
Both of them together?
Both of them. They hid them. I had a problem.
We were in a pandemic, you know, the supply chain
were.
was disrupted. We didn't know how many juice boxes we'd be able to get.
Yeah,
But,
and it was
yeah.
a thing from her brother, actually, Elizabeth's brother, that I learned, drinking Capri Suns in the shower. Kind of like, you know how some people drink beers in the shower, which I don't understand.
No, and no. I didn't know that people drank things in the shower. I think people shower differently than I do, or I shower differently than other people, because
Yeah, maybe you're doing it
typically-
wrong.
I get in, I shower, and I get out. Like I don't spend, I mean, sometimes I'll wow, my voice just went into a weird place. Sometimes I'll just, if I've had a long day, I'll just sit under the running water for a little bit. Not sit, you know,
That's
stand. But
no, that's the dream. I want a shower chair. Have I told you that on air?
you have said that before. Yeah. But
Yeah,
you
that's the
also
dream.
bring your phone into the shower. You say some people, or have you heard some people bring beers in the shower? Is that like
Yeah.
what's do you have to finish it before you leave? What a waste of water. Like I
don't
drink
know.
that fast.
I don't know. Oh, I'm a really slow drinker too. Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, I don't even drink beer, let alone in the shower. I just get in, I perform the Chromatica ball, and then I get out.
So
But
it's a good hour and a half shower for you.
it's a good 2 hours. It's a good 2 hours. Um,
All of the environmentalist activists among us are hating on you right now for wasting that.
I don't actually do I do the abridged version. I do the
Oh,
abridged version.
is that the Miami version?
Oh, too soon, yeah.
Too soon.
Yeah,
So
true.
sorry. Too
That
soon.
wasn't abridged. That was just cut short. Her bad, or not
due
her
to-
bad. Mother Nature's bad.
Due to lightning.
Yeah, due to lightning. I didn't even. Yeah. Wow. That was.
Good joke
What
on
a-
me. Go me.
What an appropriate joke. We love that.
But wait, let me go back. It was also, we've already started so many conversations and we haven't circled back
Okay.
to two of them. So let me go back to the first one, which is, so you don't drink beer in the shower, but you've been taught to drink juice boxes in the shower?
I mean, I only did it. I think. Well, I don't even know if I did it, to be honest. I think I did it once during the pandemic because I was like, oh, let me try out the hype. It wasn't as hyped as I thought it would be. I'd prefer to sit, in a chair and drink my Capri Sun.
Did you think it would just be this giant, like, you'd have this epiphany moment of, whoa, showers can be this? When you're
Showers can be whatever you want them to be, and sometimes they can be FaceTimes. I
No,
do that a lot.
You bring I don't understand that. We've never FaceTimed in the shower, which I'm frankly thankful
We'll save
for.
it for
but
2023. But I did bring Capri Suns out to the hot tub in Florida. That was nice. I was known to sit in there way longer than everyone else.
I feel like drinking in a hot tub is just nice in general because the outside of your body is hot, but then this is really strange, but like if you're drinking a cold beverage, you can kind of just like feel it go down, and it's like a weird feeling. Can't relate.
That is so cool. I want to
me?
try it.
You've never.
No, I want to try
experienced
it. Not a cold beverage in a hot tub. That's so like. Have you ever experienced a cold beverage in a hot tub? It's like, have you ever experienced FaceTime in the shower? They're so niche.
It's very
you know?
niche, very neat. But you just said that you had Capri Suns in the hot tub. Was it not cold enough?
I guess not. Maybe it was. Maybe I did feel it, Mr.
Room
Krabs.
temperature. That's also something
that
that
would-
like I used to do. Is like, no, what were we gonna say? We're all over the place.
We are over, but it's good. 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 You
we tell
should come with. Yeah, you know what would be really fun if let me just throw a fourth conversation into the mix. If you came with me to work and I came with you to work, not like the hospital, because like I don't have the qualifications for that, but like.
Well, I don't work there anymore, so that works out.
Yeah, but you go. Okay, you see patients. I don't have the qualifications for that. I didn't know that it wasn't
Legally,
the
I'm
hospital, but
required to correct you and say that I see youths, which is
He sees youths.
strange to me still.
He sees youths.
The youths.
The youths of America. I can't come to you. I can't come with you to that, nor do I want to. But I think that I'll come. You go back to the furniture bank. I'll come with you to that, and then you can come wait tables with me because I also don't think you're allowed in the back of the bank.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think legally I'm allowed to go to your work either. So,
Now you could come around with me to tables. I feel like I could swing that.
well, the
That'd be fun.
restaurant, yeah, but not the bank.
Yeah,
don't
that would be
have
really
the-
fun.
We don't have the right credentials.
We don't have the right credentials.
Happy Halloween.
Okay.
So when you think about what you're gonna dress up as for Halloween, what is your inspiration typically? Like, do you try and do something pop culture? Do you try and do something
Yes.
funny? Have you ever done something
Yes.
scary? Like,
Yes.
what goes into that thinking?
All of the above. I used to do American Horror Story duo with Rachel, whichever season we were watching at the time in college. Which, by the way, shout out Rachel. We just watched the first and second episodes of American Horror Stories season 11, and it is official. We have seen more than half of the seasons together, which is very wholesome. We started watching them together season 6, freshman year of college. But to your question, I've done that. I have dressed up with you for Point of View, so that's absolutely pop culture. I'm kidding. I have dressed up as, what have I dressed up as? A takeout box.
A
I've
takeout
dressed
box.
up
What did that
as-
look like?
Fun. I did
No, but be descriptive.
a
'cause
hamburger.
People, I don't know what I'm picturing. Like, I'm picturing a Chinese takeout box because that's the most iconic takeout of boxes. But like,
That was what it was. That
Oh.
was what it was.
oh,
I was in 7th grade.
you just said fun, and that
Um,
was it. So that wasn't very.
Well, it had like actual noodles. That is the most iconic because I went through a phase of like doing food. So like I did that, and then I did burgers the next year, and I was peanut butter and jelly one year. I was hungry. I was a hungry kid, and I just did my favorite. Although peanut butter and jellies weren't my favorite food, but lo mein and burgers are two of my absolute favorite things, as everybody knows. So I did those. Did I do a taco? I don't think I did a taco. I don't even like tacos. I like them. I like them, but they're not like my favorite thing. I do like them though. Yeah, I've done that. I was Harry Potter one year, which I looked like him. That was like I was like 11 or something. My mom, I told this story before, but I'll tell it again. 2 years, I was a vampire, and my mom made me look like a sloth with my makeup.
Oh yeah.
The 2 black circles around my eyes. Hi, Jazzy. Jazzy's in the background. Oh my god, did she hear that?
can
No,
see
she didn't
her?
hear that. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there she is. She's stretching.
She's stretching, and she'll be leaving us soon.
Yeah. I was Dipsy 2 years in a row from Teletubbies, which they are rebooting on, I believe, Paramount Plus.
What
that
did
was
you do
I
for
was
that? Did you buy a costume, or did you just?
yeah. Yeah.
You did.
I
Okay.
bought a costume. I mean, I didn't buy it. I was like 2. But yes, I loved that costume a lot. I was a Bionicle 2 years. You asked me like what I like to dress up as, and I went through every year, I think.
Well, I
was
asked you like what your
SpongeBob.
inspiration is, and you went through your entire history of what you've dressed up as.
Yeah, so that was that was that. Yeah.
Yeah, when I
What are you
think
being
about
this
it,
year?
I thank you. When I think about it, I try and do pop culture, but like funny pop culture or like relevant pop culture. Although we've done an episode on this, so I don't want to get too much into it.
See,
But
I was gonna
like,
say that's why I
Blue Man-
stopped myself.
I've done Blue Man Group with a blue bald cap. Well, I think last
That's
year I
fun.
talked about how I was a sumo wrestler, and the costume had specific features that were kind of fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the nipples.
Yeah, for a child to be walking around with a pillow suit with drawn on anatomy, and
Drawn on anatomy.
but this year you kind of inspired me, but then also last year it kind of inspired me, and we had thought about doing this, but I'm officially doing it this year, and I'm going to show you the hint, but
I
we
think I
talked
already
about
know.
it last episode, but
Yes.
I'm
I've
going-
thought about being Steve.
I'm not going as Steve, I'm going as Josh, who's the current
Yes,
host
he's
of
the
Blue's
newest
Clues.
one. Yes.
And-
So you're purple, right? What color
No,
is he?
It's blue.
I don't- Oh, he's blue. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Joe
bad.
had the
He is
purple and the orange, and sometimes
Yeah, Joe just didn't have a color. He was sometimes green, sometimes orange, sometimes purple.
Yes. So
one.
I'm really excited. I have what I showed Nick. I have my handy dandy notebook, which
Yes.
it's great. I have my the big thick crayon with the green stripes on it that fits into the spiral of the notebook,
Yes.
which is really nice. And I also whatever I'm doing tonight, my plans are still kind of up in the air, which I should probably figure out. I have these blue paw print clues that are sticky notes, and I kind of just want to like stick them everywhere to be like Blue's Clues.
I feel like I have to be Steve now, and I know we're not going to places together, but like I feel like I should take a picture of Steve, you should take a picture as Josh, and we should post them.
Just for
because
the
that would be
podcast?
really funny. Not even for the podcast, just like on our Instagrams and the podcast. That would be funny.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
though we're not going to parties together, I might do it. I think that's what I'm gonna do for my work outfit.
For your work. Are you allowed to dress up at work?
Yeah, on Friday night Monday day at the bank, and probably Friday or Saturday night at the restaurant.
That's fun. That's so fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if
I gotta order that outfit.
I guess I know time is running out. I think, especially since Halloween is today, I I think for my job I could dress up, but also sometimes I pick the youths up from school, and it'd be funny if I walked into school dressed as Josh from Blue's
You pick them up
Clues.
from school. Wow, I didn't know that was a thing.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. Yeah. So
Sometimes he does.
it's just kind of funny. But yeah, I'm super excited. I was talking to our friend Lauren, and she was saying that I kind of slightly resembled Josh too. So she was excited that I was gonna his costume. But I have to say, receiving the handy dandy notebook, which I ordered on Etsy, was so fun to receive. I was like, oh my god,
magical
it's
experience.
there. It was literally magical, and
Is it yellow? Does it have yellow paper?
It has yellow paper.
Is the
I don't know
paper
if it's
waxy? Because it used to piss me off when I was a kid. Oh, it's
No,
not.
this is
nice.
this is just like the person who made it just put like cardboard, or not cardboard.
No, that's
construction,
perfect.
Construction paper.
That's perfect. That is perfect because the real one that you used to be able to buy, like when it was like 20 years ago or whatever, was like waxy, and you couldn't
even
draw on it
with a crayon
No.
on wax.
No, I mean you could, but it didn't come out nearly as good as Steve's.
Right. Right.
Who, like,
So,
to be honest, I don't even think it showed. I know it did show him drawing, anyways.
I realized that, well, one, I'm so excited. That's what I was going to say first. My brain is working way too fast for my mouth to catch up. I'm very excited to dress up. I think this will be very fun. And I've realized that I'm going to have to figure out my artiste skills because
Oh, true.
all of the hosts of that show were fantastic with the crayon, and I don't know, I can draw a pig, the song, little dot, big circle, you can draw the pig, but like, that song? Are you familiar with that?
The pig song?
To know how to draw a pig?
No.
Okay. So
Okay.
I've opened up a whiteboard here. What color should I use?
Maybe
I'll just do
blue.
I'll just do black for now. Okay. So
Okay,
the
cool.
pig song.
I think I hated that.
Do you see the pig though? Like,
Yeah, I do, and I think I hated that.
why did you hate that?
Just because I didn't. Why are we singing to draw pigs? Like, why do
That's
people?
because it's like that's the whole point. Like, I don't know. It's just to like help people draw because I'm not artistically inclined.
Okay.
For me, it seems like Halloween. Well, two things about Halloween. One, I feel like Halloween is like similar to New Year's Eve in the sense that it's one of those holidays that's kind of anticlimactic when you get older because it's like it's a holiday, but it's not really like a holiday. It's just kind of like you don't get work off or anything. You get work off for New Year's Day often, but not necessarily New Year's Eve. And there's a lot of, I feel like, societal pressure to like do something fun, but then so it could be anticlimactic if you like don't end up having plans or anything. Does that make sense?
Right.
That comparison?
Yeah, but I still enjoy it. I still like getting dressed up and taking pictures. I think the one that gets anticlimactic for me, sorry for everyone out there that's gonna absolutely hate this, is Easter.
I mean, that one's just a strictly religious holiday, so it's,
Yeah, but like once the eggs went away, I was like, all right.
Yeah, I do still have fun with Halloween though. I just
Me
find
too.
it can be, there's a lot of like pressure to be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You doing something fun? And I don't know. I don't know if I was late to the game or something, but I was like, I don't know what I'm doing and figure it out this year. So I don't know. There's that. But then I also feel like throughout my life, it's not the importance of the day, but the celebration, I guess I'll say. When you're a kid, it's all about the costumes and the candy, right? And when I started
Yes.
getting homework on Halloween, I was furious because it's like, this is a holiday. I'm going to be out all night getting
Yes.
candy. And that was terrible. It's like, now I have to do factorials. Like, screw that.
Yeah, that was
Um,
fucked. I hated that.
That was so
If you're
frustrating.
a
And they
teacher
weren't,
and you do that,
they weren't even
hell.
like, reflection. Like, I don't know. Because I think at one point when I was younger, I was like, count the candies or sort the candies or reflect on how your night was. And then it became, like actual homework. It's like, oh, you have a paper due the day after. It's like, I'm older now.
yeah, okay. Well, yeah, you know what? They could. There's a special place.
But it was went
I-
from that to now. I feel like it's come then I didn't participate in anything for a while. I would just bring my cousins around because my dad's side of the family would come over, and I would bring my cousins around the neighborhood. And now in my early 20s and when I was in college, I feel like it's come around and, it's more of a let's go out and do something, But has that been a similar pattern in your life with Halloween?
I mean, yeah, I stopped. I'm hearing we stopped going trick or treating, and then we start doing like parties with friends. Which, yeah, I feel like that's what happens. I mean, when I finally stopped at age 19, no, I didn't. I stopped way earlier. Anyways, happy Halloween. I don't know how to answer.
I'm glad you're able to relate to my comments.
I am. I think I am. Do you not?
You go, I don't know how I'm able to respond to that.
Well, just because, I feel like I did, but in a short way, and I don't think I've ever done that before on the show.
I just feel like in my angsty time, in high school, not that I ever really had an angsty
Oh, I was going to say, I'm switching my outfit. I'm switching my costume. I'm going to be angsty Justin.
Yeah, go for it. I don't think I ever had an angsty phase, but I feel like in high school and maybe the later parts of middle school, I was like, I don't know, this isn't really it was just another day. Like, I recognized it was Halloween. Great.
You were like, this is for losers.
Well, not even that. It was just like,
okay.
I was in a weird space of like, I'm too old to go trick-or-treating, but I'm also not old enough to like have a party, or I was too awkward rather maybe to have a party. So It was like, what is this holiday? And now I feel like it's come back around where I appreciate a reason to celebrate again.
Yeah, I feel like college did that to me.
Yeah.
I was excited again. By the way, for all the Joe lovers out there, you can get an orange square shirt. So
can you get a purple?
No, but I'm seeing orange for $27.99.
$27.99. That's also the thing. Like, do you spend money on your costumes, or do you kind of do DIY?
No, I spend money. And it ends up hurting me in the end, but
See, I've been trained. That sounds funny because I've been parented by my mother, and when we were younger, if it was a very specific costume, like the sumo wrestler one, or I was Stitch at one point, we bought those costumes, but you really only wear them one time. You don't necessarily repeat them, and I think she had a point where it was like, let's not spend money on like $30, $40 on a costume you're never going to wear again.
Once.
Yeah. So like when I mentioned the Blue Man Group one, like we bought the pieces to it, but it was kind of like, we didn't go thrifting, but in a way it was kind of that methodology of shopping where we just kind of like found things here and there from like either my wardrobe or my like dad's wardrobe, my brother's wardrobe, and like put it together. I mean, I did, buy a bald cap because it's not like we had one sitting around, but other than it, I feel like most of my costumes were DIY. Even last year, it was very DIY. When we were the podcast, we just bought the shirts, right? Did we buy anything else for it?
We printed stuff, but it was also DIY because it was 5 minutes. Like, I went out and grabbed the shirts. I wasn't coming until like 5 minutes before.
You weren't?
No, I didn't think so. I had plans. I had plans, and then they got canceled. And I was like, and I know what you're thinking about. You're thinking about Thanksgiving, but I also wasn't coming to Halloween.
Very antisocial, huh?
And then I didn't know it was a thing. No, I didn't know it was a thing, and then you invited me or something, and then I was like, oh, I'll do it.
Right. Very fun.
Let's get to the, Anyways, Justin, how are you?
I thought we were just going to skip right over it because we're about...
I know. I'm kidding. But we really did just skip right over it. We're good. Justin's good. I'm good.
Now let's take a peek into what's going on in the world of pop culture. Nick, what do you got for us?
2 weeks ago, Taylor Swift's Midnights came out. I don't know if you've heard the album yet, or if you've heard some of the album yet, or if you're living under a rock, but no, I'm kidding. That came out, but 2 other albums that came out, one is probably hated, and one is probably not as well known. Meghan Trainor put out an album, which is brave to put out on the same day as Taylor Swift, And
I thought you were saying
Carly
the
Rae
name of her album
Jepsen.
was Brave.
No, it's called Taking It Back. And Carly Rae Jepsen put out an album 2 weeks ago as well. And it was called is called The Loneliest Time. And some of the songs are really good. So I'm just going to ask, have you seen or have you heard any of Taylor Swift's album yet? Are you going to hear it? Have you seen it on Instagram? I heard 2 weeks ago I saw a meme that was like, it's a big day for annoying people.
Because Swifties are annoying?
Well, I guess I would fall into that because I thought it was a big day.
Is that what they're implying? I think
so.
A friend of mine was asking me this yesterday, and I said, no, I had not listened to it, but I have seen it on. I know I suck. I've been on Instagram and I've seen all the memes and stuff that have come from the album art, where it's like a kind of like a thick white frame with like a Polaroid type of thing in the center.
Yes.
Yeah. So I've seen all of that. I want to hear. You're kind of our pop culture correspondent on this show. So I want to hear your reviews. Have you listened to the whole album? Did you listen to it in order? Did you only listen to specific songs? How did you listen to it? And what are your reviews of? Is it called Midnight or Midnights? And this is
it's
where
called
the
Midnights.
Swifties are gonna attack me right now. But
it's called Midnights, and I haven't listened to it. No, I'm kidding.
Okay,
it is called Midnights. It is called Midnights. I haven't heard the full thing like from top to bottom because I wouldn't call myself like I am a fan of her, but as you know, like in order to consider myself a fan in my book, I'm like have to be standing them. So I'm not like a Swiftie. I'm just like a casual. I like Taylor Swift music, and I think she's really awesome. But the first 3 songs are like a 1, 2, 3 punch in the way that they're really, really good. It opens really well. They are called, let me bring it up, Lavender Haze, Maroon, and Antihero, or Antihero, depending on how you say it. Antihero is the first and only single right now, and it has a music video. The sound of the album, in my opinion, is very mature. Granted, she's in her 30s, but I mean, like, it's evolved. It's definitely a more, I don't even know, sonically, it's more mature. But it's really good. I would describe it as like Folklore and Evermore, but pop. So those were her last 2 albums, her 8th and 9th albums. This is her 10th. That's
those
how
came out
I would
pretty
describe
close
it.
to each other, right?
They did. One was
Folklore
2020, one was 2021. And I guess this one is 2022. But yeah, I would say that it's like the pop equivalent of those, even though it is more true to her. Those 2 albums were not necessarily about her life. They were like stories, hence like lore. They were like fictional stories almost, or based off of people. But this album is about 13 sleepless nights that she's had throughout her life, which is why it's called Midnights. And then there is Cleverly, a 3 a.m. version, which has 7 deluxe tracks, bringing it to 20. So yeah, so that's cool. I haven't gone into like what any of them are about, but yeah, I really recommend the first 3 songs. There's one song, Snow on the Beach, featuring Lana Del Rey, which is also good. But yeah, it's doing really well. It's breaking records everywhere, the album.
What kind
She's
of
gonna
records?
tour it. Just like most streams in a day on Spotify. Don't quote me on that because I don't have Spotify, but I see it on Twitter.
So like streaming records.
Yes. And yeah, no, it's a really good album. But I want to talk about Carly Rae Jepsen's album because you and I have had a, I guess, relationship to Carly Rae Jepsen's music. That's so weird. To Carly Jepsen's music. To Carly Rae Jepsen's music. Just in the way that, like, there were some songs that we really like and, like, we played on retreats and...
I think we have to bring credit where credit's due, and I think you were part of it too.
Yes.
But Dan, our producer, is a huge fan of Carly Rae Jepsen. Actually, I don't
Is
know
he a
if
huge fan?
Well, he is a fan of hers, and he's kind of
yeah.
followed her career, and so I think he brought her back into the conversation in our friend group.
She's actually our resident singer.
Cause yeah, for the show, she sings our new theme song.
Yes.
No, just kidding.
She does do theme songs. She did the Fuller House theme song.
She did. That's true.
Yes.
If we can get her with our limited budget, that would be funny.
That'd be great, actually. But yeah, so I want give credit to Dan because I feel like
she was, by many, I feel like she could be seen as like one hit, two hit, three hit wonder, and then she
Yes,
kind of
of
faded
course.
off into
Yes.
Canada. But she,
Yeah.
but yeah, talk about her album. Have you listened to this one?
I have not. Again, I haven't listened to the whole thing. I have listened to, like, I'm getting through it. You know, I will say, on like within like pop music culture, like people that are just like stands of pop music as a genre and like know a lot about it and like, follow it really closely. She is well liked. Her second album, Emotion, which was not what had Call Me Maybe on it, so it wasn't like any. It had I Really Like You, which was like a moderate hit, but it's like hailed as like one of the greatest pop bodies of work in a long time, which is kind of funny because she doesn't like play on the radio really, other than Call Me Maybe or like Good Time by her and Owl City, which were both on her first album. But Emotion is a great album, but this one is her fourth, I guess, mainstream studio album. It's called The Loneliest Time, and I was expecting something different. I was expecting it to be like more like folky, just based on the album cover. It's like her sitting at a table with like pears and stuff. It looks very like Thanksgiving. I don't know if you've seen the album cover. You did send me a picture of the first single on a billboard once, so it looks like that. Or what the billboard looked like, similar. But it's more poppy than I was expecting, which I like. Surrender My Heart is really good. Talking to Yourself is really good, and Beach House is good, and it's also funny. The lyrics, I'll look at the lyrics. Boy number one made a picnic for two, saw he was nervous, I thought it was cute until I found out that his mom made the food, and then it was good though, like in parentheses. Boy number two had a beautiful face, highly agreed to go back to his place, his wife really had some impeccable taste, she was sweet though. So, like, they're funny lyrics.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really like it. And then the chorus is, I've got a beach. I can see the future. Say it like you mean it. I've got a beach house in Malibu, and I'm probably gonna hurt your feelings. So, boy number X. One more. Boy number 12 had a look in his eye, brought up his ex, and he started to cry. Told me he loved me the very first night. Oh no, in parentheses. So I really like it. I really like those three songs in particular. I've heard the title track is one of her best songs that she's written, so that's cool. I've heard Anxious is really good. It's a bonus track. But I'm excited. I like that one, and I think it deserves more. She deserves more recognition because she is really, really good.
And that one is called Lonely Nights. Is that what you said?
The Loneliest Time.
Loneliest Time.
You're mixing your Midnights
Yeah,
and
no.
The Loneliest Time.
The Loneliest Time.
Loneliest
Okay.
Nights.
Loneliest Nights. Had those.
Yeah. So,
And then
Loneliest Years.
Megan Trainor.
Yes. So a lot of people hate on her and her music.
They do?
Yeah, she's really fallen off in terms of like success of her songs going like, charting wise, but people like to pretend that she's like a one-hit wonder. She's not. I can hear it. Ready? All About That Bass, Lips Are Moving, Dear Future Husband, Like I'm Gonna Lose You, No, and Me Too. Those are 6 songs for you that did really well. So to all the haters out there, but she has a new song on this album called Made You Look, and it's a bop. There's a trend, there's a meme going around, circulating on Twitter that's going viral. That's kind of like making fun of it because someone was like, oh my god, she's finally gonna get another hit, like love that for her, like whatever, and then people are like shitting on it, like, and saying like horrible things about it, and it's just like, and it's horrible because it's a great song and she deserves success.
Right.
Her and Darren,
Darren.
her husband, who was Spy
Spy
Kids.
Kids. Yes.
Yes.
That's so
which I never saw.
what would you, okay, so let's make it some empirical data here. So 5 stars is the best, 1 star is the worst. So far, how would you rate Midnights?
Okay. So I feel like this is unfair of me because
Oh, so far, I said.
I haven't
Not-
listened to the
not in
whole
total,
thing.
but so
Yeah,
far.
so far. I would say
I don't know. I don't know how you thought that you were going to bring this up without me having you rate them.
I know. I would say like a 3.8. Maybe a 4.
Get into the decimals. Do you want me to give you 10 stars?
Maybe a 4. No. Okay. 3.8, I'll say.
Okay. 3.8.
Okay. Yeah.
Sounds good. What about
Yep.
The Loneliest Time?
I will give it a 4. Not her best work, but definitely has some bops in there.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a 4.
4 out of 5. Midnight's for What You've Heard, 3.8. And at least, I don't know, have you listened to the whole album of Meghan Trainor or just Made You Look?
No, I've listened to some of it. I need to, like, this was a lot of music coming at me all at once. So I listened to some of it. I'll give it a 3. That song is incredible, but I know she's known
or
for
just that song. The album is a 3.
No, the album, the song's like a 5, not a 5, but like a 4 point something. But the album, I'll give a 3. I know her whole thing is like the doo-wop music, but I think her best album is Thank You, which is her second album out of the 4 that she has, and that was very like pop, sounded a lot like NSYNC and like early Britney, and it was phenomenal. That's where No came from. Mm-hmm. The song No, and it was great. But those are my
she could do doo-woppy, but then she also does like ballads sometimes.
Yeah, of course, and those are good. Her third album was good. It was called Treat Myself, but it was delayed so many times, and there were songs on it that she released, and then it was like, no, that's not actually going to be on the album. And then 2 years later, during the pandemic, it finally came out with a different cover. It seemed messy to me. This one just feels like, I feel bad for her because I don't need to feel bad for her. She's got a lot of money, and a husband and a baby, but yeah. And I think she's a judge on like that Circle. Have you seen the show The Circle, or like not The Circle, sorry. You told me about The Circle. It's like 4 Circles or something. It's a music singing competition. She was the judge on it.
Never. I don't know if I've ever heard of it. But
why looks like she's preying on your downfall behind you.
Why?
She looked like she was staring at you.
You feel bad for her because her songs haven't been charting? Is that what?
Well, just like the success, I'm assuming I know it gets to some artists, like the charting, like when you chart, in the beginning of your career incredibly, and then you just like your music doesn't really make the waves that it once did. Like a perfect example is Katy Perry. She was on top of the world from 2008 to 2014. All of her albums did so well, and then she released Witness, which like kind of, it's known as like a flop in, pop culture. But then her 5th album, Smile, like no one's heard like most of the songs, like in the general public. Like it's not like her songs from that album are not playing on repeat on the radio, even though they're great, and I think she deserves more success.
Yeah.
Her Vegas show looks incredible.
I didn't even know she had a Vegas residency.
Yeah, it's called Play. I think it's ending soon.
For some reason, I thought she lived in Florida because I think I don't know if she's still married to, but Orlando Bloom. Right?
But does he live in Florida?
No, but Orlando, so I was thinking Florida, but that's just, I don't know, association.
They have a daughter, Daisy.
Oh, that's a cute name. Is it Daisy
Cute
Bloom?
Until Daisy Bloom, yeah. Oh, yes it is. Yes it
Silly.
is.
Well, thank you for this edition of our pop culture segment.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I wanted to take some time at the end of this episode to talk about how this is kind of our last episode of 2022. We are going to be releasing an episode on November 21st and on December 12th. But I just wanted to
hold you over.
To hold you over, because I know you'll miss us. We miss you so dearly when we're not here.
I know.
So I guess let's do some reflection. Like, what have you thought about this year as a whole? What are some things you've liked? I know you and I have talked about things that we're going to improve in the new year, and I'm really looking forward to a lot of that. To give you some background, Nick, Dan, and I met for, I think it was like 6 hours one week. Not in one day, but one week, just talking about the podcast, where we want to go with it, what we want to change.
Was it 6 hours?
And
wow.
So, I guess let's just talk about the positives though for right now. What are some things, some highlights for you this past year, Nick?
I liked the branding that we did. And no, I'm serious. That's just the first.
I'm just laughing because like that's like not even on like my mind. But yeah, that's you. Like that's your department.
Yeah, I liked the branding, but I liked I see a Western conifer bug. All right, so Justin, to close out this episode, given that it's our last one for the year, I want to ask you what your top 3 2022 point of view episodes have been. They can be, based on whether like how much fun you had recording them or just how they came out, or, audience perception. There's no like criteria for why you like them, or there's no one set criteria for why you like them.
I think my top 3 in no specific order for this year is Dear Listener, which I said was the episode where I kind of wrote a letter when we weren't recording, and it wasn't really for planning one, but then I just kind of was feeling something, and so I wrote it and I shared it. I felt like that was, I don't know, it was nerve-wracking, but also it made a good, I think it was fun to record, and I think the product was really nice. Why Can't I Cry, which is the episode we talked about toxic masculinity and what it means to be a man in today's society, or identify as a man in today's society. And I think that's an issue that I really enjoy talking about, because I think a lot of people have different perspectives on what that means. And so I think in terms of impact, that really, I don't know if it had impact on listeners, but it had impact on me, that conversation. And so I really enjoyed that one. And then, of course, the Academy ones and the Passport Edition ones are really good. The Mama Bear episode, I loved having our moms on. That was so much fun.
That was fun.
Having our moms.
That was a fun one.
They were, I don't know what they thought of that episode, but they were great guests. They were wonderful guests. So I think those were probably my top 3. It's hard. These episodes are like our babies. They're like our children. So it's hard to pick favorites. But I do. I think those are my top 3. We talked about that in the episode.
Yes.
What about you?
To react to those, I also really liked the episode with our moms. I remember being in pain physically because we were sitting on the floor, and we had recorded 2 episodes that day. But I did really love that. And fun fact for all you listeners, that was your favorite episode overall as listeners of the year. But my 3 favorite, I'm going to go with episode 30, which was, and these are also in no particular order. Well, actually, I guess they're in chronological order of how they came out. Episode 30, which was my Lady Gaga Academy episode. That was really, really fun to share something that I'm passionate about with Justin and all of you. I really enjoyed our 50th episode Q&A spectacular, because we recorded that one in person, and we got to answer questions directly from all of you, and a lot of you we know in person, and just seeing the personalities in the questions, like we could kind of tell they were anonymous, but we could be like, oh yeah, this was definitely this person. It was just like really cool. And I really enjoyed that one. Was really just a fun one to record. And then the last one, do you know what my last one's going to be?
I don't, but is it the restaurant episode?
Nope.
What is it?
That was fun too. I liked that one. But 56, which was The Password Is, and that was when Justin surprised me with 3 of our friends. That was so fun. I picked basically like the episodes that I had the most fun doing. Just getting to see Santino, Chappie, and Sophia, having no clue that they were going to be on, except for I kind of knew about Santino, but I just thought it was really cool. And I love playing games, and it's anyone's game, really. I know we lost, but like it's anyone's game. We could have won. But those are my top 3. So
I love
Maybe
that.
I'll probably post a little graphic of our top picks of the year.
Yeah, I love that. So it's been a year. We're so happy you're still with us. If you have been here since the beginning, even if you're just joining us, welcome to this community. We're trying to build a community. We're trying to entertain. We're trying to inform. Last year, we ended the year with an episode about mantras, and our mantra was, we speak our truth to learn the truth. And I feel like we've evolved a little bit even from that. And so, maybe in the episode released in November, or the episode we release in December, we can talk about kind of what our motto, what our vision is for the coming year. But we are so grateful for all of our listeners, always grateful for the support that you give us. And with that, we'll see you in November.
We have believed that we could make it through. That's how we got this high, never looking back. No doubt.